Hey, and welcome back. Time for more Defiance Remastered. Before we get started, as always, we've got our friend the Coin, who's going to tell us how to play. If it's Kain, we're going to do every fight that we can, feed on everything that we can, and we're going to use one of the new skins. If it's Raziel, we're going to play the game more or less straight. We'll skip combat where we can, feed when we're hungry, and mostly just experience the story. Okay, let's flip. Today, it's Kain. So we're going to get in a little bit, and then once we get to a certain point, we're going to pick a skin. And then we're going to do every fight and feed on everybody that we can. All right, let's get started. On today's episode, I was playing version 1.006. If you see any bugs, they're probably fixed by now. Let's get to it. And here we go to the Pillars. All right, we can see the Seraphim stronghold off in the distance there. Oh, seriously, guys? I was enjoying the view. Oh, nice. Wait, we had that one already. Uh-oh, we've got a caster. All right, you know what? I'm curious about something. Now that we're here in the Pillars, where we talked about tabards before, let's really check out the detail on their costumes now. So green for Terrell, of course, but look at that. That's Terrell's actual symbol there. And they've embellished it a little bit too. Sorry, I'm actually looking at something. I'm not just staring at his crotch, okay? But yeah, there's Terrell's clan symbol. And then this caster here. That's Melchiah's symbol. We were right, you guys, we were right. That's awesome. And let's check these guys out too. Oh, we can use photo mode to scout ahead. Man, look at the detail on that armor. That's so cool. But yeah, Dumas. This dude, of course, is also Dumas. And the archers here. That's Rahab's symbol. That's so cool. All right, we'll check out more when we're done. Well, when we get further in anyway, not when we're done. Have a nice trip. Get here. There we go. So, I've said this before, and I'll say it again many times, but it is just amazing to me that I'm playing a remaster of a game this old that looks this good, that's this much fun, and this much better than the original in 2026. It's the fact that I'm playing any new Legacy of Kain stuff in 2026 is amazing to me. I absolutely love that. Hey, that's the Caves music, actually, from Soul Reaver 2. Nice! Yeah, the Dark Forge music is overused in the original, to say the least. Never gets old. He's stuck!
How strange. See this place long before my birth. Centuries before the corruption set in that would poison the land and put me on the treacherous path I still followed.
I love this scene so much.
In the future, these edifices would be condemned to darkness and decay. I would cause their fall and build my empire upon their ruins. Was it still possible that with the right knowledge, the right moves, I might one day see Nosgoth restored, the Pillars pure once more? My answer, according to Mobius, lay somewhere to the west of this place. I could restore the world, perhaps, but never again could I give Nosgoth back her innocence.
One of my favorite shots in the entire series there. And oh, look at this. Just having the new camera is just fantastic for this. And then photo mode. Oh yeah. So cool. Oh, look at these light sources too. A little flare there that doesn't want to go away. And then just for fun, let's switch back. The thing that's great about OG Defiance is it still looks really good, especially with all of the modern gameplay upgrades. Okay, let's talk about this scene for a second. If you've watched my previous Defiance playthrough, I did talk at length about this scene, but I'll say it again here in case you missed that. What I find extraordinary about this scene is this is a rare glimpse that we get into Kain's thought processes post Blood Omen 1. Of course, Blood Omen 1, he's the main character, and we get to, hear his thoughts all the time, which is super fun because, it's Kain and Simon Templeman is amazing. But here we finally get a glimpse into Kain's actual goals in this time period. At the beginning of Defiance, we know that he's looking for Raziel, but we don't know why exactly. Technically, we still don't. But at least now we know his motivations are to restore the pillars. Now, we don't exactly know what that entails just yet. We caught a little bit of it in Soul Reaver 2 when he briefly alluded to restoring the pillars to vampire rule. We don't exactly know why that's important. And of course, Defiance is going to reveal more to us as we go. Anyway, let's enjoy more Defiance here. Oh, yeah, let's... Special attacks.
Cadaverous laceration.
Yeah, say it, Simon.
Sanguine censure.
Love it. Okay, great. Let's look at some of our artifacts.
Falcon insignia. Falcon insignia.
Yeah.
Malek's shield. Malek's sword. Decorative sword. Decorative sword. Decorative sword. Balance emblem. Flame.
Nice. I'm going to do that way too much. All right. Let's move on. Okay, the challenge now is not to fall in the water like I did the last time I came this way in the OG Defiance. Okay. We're going to be very careful here. I see you, archers. So far, so good. That was a roundabout way to get there, wasn't it? What about your friend? Does he want to come too? All right. Yes. Kain 2, Seraphan 0. Oh, you hear that? His footsteps sound different. Nice. In the PC version that I played, there wasn't really any differentiation when he was walking on stuff, and now Snow Crunch under his boots. Or his hooves and sabatons or whatever. Drop me a comment if you get that reference. Man, even if they hadn't done any graphical upgrades at all, Defiance with the new camera would still feel like modern game. Ooh, doing a red tabard. All right, red tabard dude, who do you belong to? I mean, we know, but let's look anyway. Raziel, just like we said. That's actually a pretty cool picture. You guys are very patient sitting with me while I do this. All right, enough of that. Oh yeah, here we go with oh, look at Dual Mace Guy go on his own dudes. Whew. A powerful ally. Get him, Dual Mace Guy. I'm right behind you. Is our Inspire Hate spell really doing its work for us? Oh, are we not friends anymore? Okay. Back to being nemesis then. Here we go. Ooh. All right, Dual Mace Guy. As always, a worthy adversary. Now feed my sword. You know, when the remaster was announced, and I knew I'd be playing it again, I was very excited, of course. I was a little worried that there were things that I was going to get tired of. Kain's Laugh, not one of them. Ooh, Arcane Tome, excellent. But no, it's just so great to play this. It feels so fresh. And no, I don't make a commission. It sure is enjoyable to chuck these guys off of. Ah, man. All right, Raziel's dudes are... Oh. All right. Oh. Just got yeeted off the edge there, as my assistant would say. All right. It's super nice that the Reaver charge indicator is back.
My path ended here, offering only this empty vista. Was this another of Mobius's little jokes? Or a puzzle for which I had not yet found the answer?
Okay, it's cool that we can actually look out over here. So where are we in Nosgoth right now? Well, right now we are... Nope.
This symbol seemed familiar. Perhaps I needed to recover another fragment of the balance emblem before I could proceed.
Okay, so where are we right now in Nosgoth? So if you remember your Blood Omen geography, we are right by the Flay Spirit Forge, which is just south of the Lake of Tears. Now, that is in western Nosgoth, and if you look at the map, you'll see that here there be dragons. Well, they had that there for a reason, which we will soon discover. All right, that's not a place we can get to, even if I had jumped well, which I didn't. Jump. Again, still so satisfying to jump. Somehow it's even more so in the remaster. Oh, I forgot that Kain had his mouth open in the OG too, when he jumped. He's getting hungry, looks like. Another Raziel heavy here. Let off the button for just a second. Oh, I missed something. Yes, okay. Going back. Yeah, just because I've played this a bunch of times does not mean I remember exactly where everything is all the time. Especially with all the new arcane tomes about. Let's inspire some hate, shall we? Blood Shower, awesome. So that, of course, refers to my favorite spell in Blood Omen 1. And, okay, so you get that from drinking from 3 dudes at once. And, oh, man, okay, well, Inspire Hate with Dual Mace Guy is a way to do that, huh? All right, you know what skin I want? I think you know. Let's get it. That's right, Petty Nobleman, aka Human Kain. We're gonna do Human Kain. Oh, let's look at the pattern on his cape. Man, that is so intricate and detailed. So cool. I love the perma sneer they have on his face here. That's awesome. Ah. Okay, let's grab this thing now. This heavy-wrought stone disc is emblazoned with a single open eye that ever watchfully sentinels its surroundings. Though its purpose eludes me, perhaps I have seen similar ruins elsewhere at the Pillars that might offer a clue to its use. Perhaps. Caster first. When I make out with dudes at the club. There we go. We'll save up this Inspire Hate spell for a little later. See, the thing that's great about this is now that he doesn't look like a vampire, now he looks like a regular human, now he just looks like some crazy dude picking people up and biting them. Which is arguably scarier than a vampire. Oh. Oh, nice. Okay. Nice. Man, this skin is awesome. And again, it makes the imagination real. The possibilities. All right, photo mode time again. So much fun. Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, totally time for Inspire Hate. Do my bidding, Dual Mace guy. Oh, it's Dual Axe guy. Never mind. So another thing that I want to talk about with item descriptions, okay, some of you may know I am also a very big Souls player. Really, really enjoy the Souls games. I've mentioned before that, you know, I wouldn't necessarily want to see a lot of gameplay cross-pollination between Souls and Legacy of Kain, but there's a lot of aesthetic inspiration that could go into Legacy of Kain. Anyway, one thing about Souls is that a lot of the storytelling is done in the item descriptions. And I'm really glad that Defiance has these item descriptions now, so it can just increase the depth of the world. And I love that. In addition to the actual narrative, now we get a little bit more of this ambient descriptive storytelling too. And I love that. It's such a big deal for me. Nice. See, I love these too. Upon slamming the serpentine blade of the Reaver into my adversary, the resulting force will blast their pathetic body into the very ground beneath. Smack! So that is a strong overhead. Not really going to do much for these guys, but next time we happen upon an unfortunate Seraphan patrol, I will absolutely demonstrate its utility. All right, I gotta quit with the Kain impressions. They're so much fun, though. Great, another TK rune, excellent. We are not going to jump into the water. Can we break that? Sure can. Okay. The platforming in the OG was a little tricky, so, yeah. Let's see how we do with new camera. So much easier.
Another fragment of the balance emblem. This one endowed with the properties of dimension. Perhaps this would reveal the mystery that lay west of the Pillars, if Mobius spoke the truth, and there was indeed something there to find.
Awesome. Okay, the Dimension Reaver, super fun. Come on over, fellas. There we go. Let's see. Man, we got everybody but the butt dual mace guy here. Alright, and this is a great place for this Reaver spell. Nice, they handle that really well with the cuts. With the new camera. Oh, we were going to demonstrate the new power. Sorry about that. Next time. Okay, so a couple new features we want to look at. Let's look at the map again.
Decret Flame. Dimension.
Nice. I love having the VO back. Yeah, this is super handy. Let's look at the Nosgoth map, too. Oh, nice! I didn't notice this before. The Seraphan Stronghold. The headquarters of the Seraphan Crusade, the stronghold was built on a promontory adjacent to the Great Southern Lake. Within the confines of this monastic fortress, the Seraphan warrior priests live and train, and Mobius the Time Streamer guides and directs their actions. While Spartan and austere, the architecture of the stronghold also celebrates the exploits of the Seraphan, glorified as near angelic savior figures. Their prey, the vampires, are naturally demonized as mindless monsters. The surrounding water and unscalable edifice defends the stronghold from vampire attack. This is close to the height of the Sarafan Crusade, and the stronghold is in its glory. The Pillars of Nosgoth. Reaching infinitely into the sky and deep into the earth, the 9 ancient pillars have stood like silent sentinels over Nosgoth since before the dawn of recorded history. The pillars, more than just an edifice, are a manifestation of the mysterious power that preserves and gives life to Nosgoth. The spiritual and physical health of the land is tied inextricably to the pillars' well-being. It was here that Kain refused the sacrifice and set his empire upon the ruined pillars, in despair, but also in hope that while he, the last guardian, still lived, balance might one day be restored. The cemetery. The antique burial ground of a forgotten race, this sprawling cemetery has long since been claimed by humankind, and even now vampire hunters freely congregate here, daring to tread upon graves and disturb the peace in hopes of finding prey lurking among the tombstones. Generations of Nosgoth's dead repose here, corpses layered and compounded atop one another. The most ancient architecture, subtle and obscured amid the mausoleums erected by humans, is apparently dedicated to the worship of darkness and light. Mass graves, crypts, and tombs of servants, nobles, and kings alike are present in this place, all equals together, now in death. Okay, this is actually an interesting bit of lore that I didn't know. The antique burial ground of a forgotten race, the Hilden, maybe? That's really interesting. The Underworld. In the arcane rooms at the stronghold's lowest level, a spectral exit leads to a complex of ancient caverns, lying directly beneath the stronghold's foundation. The mass of the Elder God, whose influence spreads throughout Nosgoth, is sprawled across this vast, subterranean space. In the areas nearest the surface, primitive human architecture is also present, crude temples and stones carved with imagery dedicated to the Elder God's worship. As the caverns extend and descend, these human structures become less prolific. The journey through these seemingly endless abyssal depths is a long trial, hounded by the frightening denizens of the spectral plane. So, Crystal Dynamics, if you want some voicing for this, I would totally do it for free. I'm not even kidding. But now I need some water. Wait. Okay, right. Boom. Powered up Reaver is always fun. Boom. See, if the coin lands on Kain enough times, we are totally going to... We're going to have all of our combat moves by the middle of the game. So, being Legacy of Kain, of course, I love all the characters. I love the story, love everything. Especially love Kain and Raziel, and Janos and Vorador. Anyway, but as far as, like, who is my favorite character, that's a pretty brutal question. But if we're talking between Kain and Raziel, who are both some of my very favorite characters in any media, let alone video games, the edge actually goes to Kain. I feel like Kain has this kind of sardonic sense of humor where even though his purpose is... Somebody was screaming, just scream? Okay, that was weird. Even though like he's got this grim purpose and this stoic determination, I also believe that when he's coming and killing Seraphan, he's having a good time. He enjoys what he's doing. And I feel like in general Kain has a lot more fun than Raziel gets to. Or Raziel is just super intense all the time in his search for answers. I think Kain has learned how to enjoy his own life a little bit. So that's something that I don't know, I try to connect to, because I always have a good time playing these games and in general. And talk or fight, Ben. Talk or fight. We'll keep talking. I do my best. You guys see how much I enjoy these games, and in general, I do my best to try to enjoy everything. Oh, try to enjoy everything that I do. So. Except getting shot. I don't enjoy that very much. All right, I just want you to think about what you've done for a second, okay? All right, great. Let's move on. All right, let's see if we can string together. I did pretty well there. I like the idea of trying to string all the special attacks together in one combo. I haven't pulled it off yet, though.
The mist that shrouded this lake, miraculously now cleared away, revealing an ancient citadel.
Oh,
so
nice.
Mobius had not lied. Or perhaps this was simply another of the time streamer's illusions, meant to slow my true endeavor.
So I've always, ever since the OG, I've always been really amused by that, even more sneer look on his face. Not a human Kain, it looks even funnier. All right, to the place that we just saw, that I don't know what it is. Bet. A testament in stone. All right, Raziel level, and you know what that means. That means we need to shift. All right, let's keep going.
The vampire hunters, brazen as they were, feared to walk these paths. I knew one spirit haunted this place. Perhaps there were others as well.
The models are just going to keep blowing me away. And this is why I was slow on getting Kain's skin pulled up, is because I just end up looking at him the whole time, Swamp Wraith. Okay, I gotta quit messing around with photo mode. I'm having too much fun. Oh, that's nice. Okay. So the foresight ability, we haven't really played with much, because for the most part I know where I'm going, but if you hold down L2, it'll point you where you should go, which is just a nudge in the right direction is so nice sometimes. Health upgrade. Howdy, fellas. I like y'all better when you can't see. So let's get the Light Reaver out. You know, another thing that's really nice about this new camera, which I can't shut up about, is that it really helps accentuate the difference between Raziel and Kain's combat styles. You know, they still kind of feel the same, especially because button inputs are similar, but it is really being able to be closer into them as we're playing is a really fantastic way to set them apart. And they feel different, you know, because they look more different, they feel more different. Hey, it's our old friend Tiny. Razzle dazzle. Okay, blind 50 enemies. That's fun. Ooh. Nice. It knocked into a breakable object. Well, I have never been accused of attempting a no-hit playthrough, so that was bound to happen eventually. Oh, we should have... Well, we'll look at them in closer detail later on. Oh, yeah. So, whatever's going on here, they can possess humans now. Oh. That didn't look like a human soul, did it? So nice.
These smoldering sconces seemed as though they would ignite. If only I had a fire source.
If only. Okay, so we got to be on the lookout for new arcane tomes. We got to be a little bit more diligent about finding those. More revenants. More blind, about to be blind revenants. Oh yeah. Oh, look at the detail on that. Totally Hilden. That is so freaking cool. Okay, we're gonna have to do this with more souls. That's awesome. Yeah, and look what was there before. Okay. Awesome. So I'll bet you could make a Kaiju Post bingo card with all of the things I repeat, such as, look at the detail on that, and oh, I love it so much, and I'm so excited. If anyone has the time to do that, I will totally fund it. All right. Let's go see what's in here, shall we? Love that. Okay, let's pick a new skin for Raziel.
Material Spectral Dark Reaver. Light Reaver.
Yeah, say it, Michael. Yes, I love it. Okay. Okay, we of course have, you know, Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered, which I will definitely do. I will definitely do a playthrough where I do the remastered skins too. Or if they end up patching the Defiance skins into Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered, I will play that one with those skins. Oh. The Elder offered me a solution to my sorry existence. If I would stalk the material plane, slaying my former brethren, then I would have the chance to avenge myself against Kain. How could one refuse such an offer? And Seraphan Ascendant. Let's go with Angel of Death. So, if I remember correctly, which I could be wrong, so this skin, Angel of Death, is inspired by some early shifter artwork for designs that would eventually become Raziel. A couple of them had glowing red heart, as you can see here. And yeah, this design eventually became, you know, it was an early version of the shifter character that eventually became the Raziel we know today. Thanks, as always, to the Ancient's Den for helping me confirm the background information there. Okay, right, this puzzle. So, nice thing is, I can go check it out without having to go all the way down there and climb back up. Facilitating laziness. Awesome. Okay, now we can move the thing there. Just fall down. This skin is super cool. Okay. I'm gonna have to move those things again. This Angel of Death skin actually has me thinking about some character design philosophy. One great example of character design that evolves to meet design and storytelling goals is Kratos from God of War, the original. As they were designing Kratos, they tried all kinds of different things. They tried making, armoring him up. They tried giving him more tattoos, etc. And what they found is that the more armor they took off of him, the more brutal he started to appear. So it just made me think of, when I read that, it made me think of Soul Reaver, actually. And this skin kind of makes me think back to when I was thinking about that. And so the more they took away from Raziel, the better he started to work for this, stomach included. But yes, subtraction is a very, very powerful design tool. More murals.
I sought to unravel the mystery of my fate, and in this image lay my first clue. For this scene depicted the forging of the Reaver, the weapon destined to become my prison, and I recognized its maker. The years had changed him, but this was unmistakably the vampire Vorador, and in this era, he still lived. If I could reach him before Mobius's mob hunted him down, he would provide the answers I sought. These images chronicled Vorador's creation. As I already knew, he had not been born a vampire, but had been turned by the infamous Janos Audrin. But this mural suggested that Vorador's origins were even more significant. Apparently, he was the first human to whom the Dark Gift had been passed. This was the vampires' desperate bid to preserve their bloodline, for their enemies had cursed them not only with bloodthirst, but with sterility as well.
Okay, so last couple we talked about the lore. I'm interested to know why they gave Janos red eyes here. The mural itself looks great. And I love Vorador's triple goatee. But yeah, this is a really, really fascinating lore dump. That the vampires started to pass the dark gift on to humans. And I wonder a lot how they discovered that they could do that. And two, how at what point they realized that their sterility was going to start affecting their ability to be guardians of the Pillars. Now, with the Hilden's curse, as they were banished, the vampires were cursed with immortality. Immortality does not necessarily mean invincibility in this context. We know that Pillar Guardians can be killed. And of course, over time, Guardians were killed, and once they realized that they were sterile, that they could no longer reproduce, that is when they realized they would have to pass this dark gift on somehow. So I'm curious to know when they first realized that they could pass it on, and when they realized, shortly thereafter, I'm sure they realized that it would be an imperative to do so. Anyway, loose thoughts. Let's move on. Okay, being able to look up at the ceilings of the Reaver Forges now has me reconsidering something I said in a previous video, where I thought all of these forges were potentially stacked on top of one each other in a tower. Now I'm wondering if they're all just separate buildings. Now that we can use the camera to look up and actually see the ceiling. So, very curious about that. Come here. This skin is super cool. I could play the whole game with this skin. I'm not gonna, but I could. Okay, so we're gonna need to come back here. Doesn't look like it's gonna let us do that just yet. Oh, now Bane's back.
This spirit vessel was not yet activated. Perhaps there was some means for me to awaken it.
Perhaps. Nice. Anyone else? I hear you. Yes, another tome. Excellent. Yes, this is one of the original ones. We knew that was there. All right, we've got another thing here. And this, I believe, is going to take us just back up to where we started. Yes. Ooh. Man, look at that. They have really done an amazing job fleshing these skins out. Get it? That's a pun. All right. Still love that you can do that. So let's do this in a different order now than we did last time.
I was met by the specter of the Nature Guardian, monstrously deformed since its death centuries ago.
Rejoice, creature, for today your spirit will return to the One.
Let's get a good look at her, shall we? So cool. So, it's a little better when you, of course, there's going to be vines here. This is Bane's predecessor. There's a few in between, at least one in between Bane and this one, but probably more. Gotta watch those AoEs not get greedy. Oh, check that out. They've added an icon there. To the health bar. That's so nice. Such a great design choice. Ah, it got me. But not for long. Okay, so I've mentioned before that I wish that the script actually laid out a little bit more clearly that these are the original vampire Pillar Guardians. And obviously by context it's there. It's like there's the nature symbol from the pillar itself. The fact that she was an ancient vampire, and then Raziel says it's the nature guardian. But if you do the other guardian first, it's actually a little bit more confusing. And we're gonna go do that now. So listen to the way that he words this.
Approaching the tomb, I was met by the specter of the Guardian himself.
Eternity weighs heavily.
I have a solution.
I bear it in atonement. But your moment of existence has passed. Come and be released.
Okay, let's look at him too. But yeah, Raziel does not really... Oh man, look at that detail. The feathers. This is great. So Raziel does not mention that these are the original Pillar Guardians, which could have been this Guardian, the Conflict Guardian, is who is the Guardian that a lot of players are going to come across first. So I just find this bit a little confusing. Oh, he's got throwing shades at me here. Is that... Oh. Watch the AoE. I'm actually not doing so great. So play careful now. Oh. Wow, I don't die very often, do I? All right, well, let's try this again, shall we?
Apparently, a single soul was not enough to activate this spirit vessel. Perhaps another specter was lurking around here somewhere.
Like the one that we were pretending didn't, no, the fight didn't happen. That's 100% my fault for not feeding when I came back out here, though. That's what I get for trying to lore dump instead of actually play the game. Oh, interesting. Okay, so that's kind of funny. He'll let you hit him until you get him back down to where you had him before. That's actually very considerate. Shatter Spirit. Applying the proper leverage, I'm able to execute a devilishly quick yet soul-shattering blow that leaves my target vulnerable to further assault. Nice. Nice. So again, that overhead pop-up attack. Nice, and we just use it to finish the boss. Excellent. Let's get a closer look at this heart, shall we? That's really cool. You know what's interesting? This design kind of reminds me of Asher/Gain from Dead Sun.
Kill me!
I wonder if they took some inspiration from this.
The spirit vessel would not respond in the spectral realm. I had to return to the physical world to use it.
Well then, let's go find us a body. Nope, this is not where we want to be. Okay, we've been up here already. There we go. Corpse shifting really does look good.
As the Reaver absorbed the souls of the nature and conflict
one's my
guardians,
favorite.
it was imbued with the elemental power of fire with which their principles were aligned. I was now equipped to reach the pillars.
See, I could totally see myself... See, I could totally see this design for Raziel being how we played all three games. I could totally see it. It must have been a difficult decision between this and where he ended up. Yeah, Fire Reaver's always been my favorite.
Light Reaver.
Yeah, say the thing.
Fire Reaver.
Yeah. Ooh, let's have him say more things.
Perforate Carcass. Phantasmal Tempest.
While fighting in midair, I have learned to limit my downward velocity momentarily by executing a devious whirlwind of brutal attacks.
Perforate Carcass.
This technique allows me to deftly roll in past my foe's defenses and deliver a series of blindingly quick lunges before they have a chance to react. I love that they say the things again. Okay, now we need to get back up there. But let's look around for new tomes, because I've completely started to question my sense of reality, not knowing where all of this stuff is. Okay, that's the Guardian Tombs. Okay. Can we kind of glitch up there? I'm curious. Doesn't appear so. Oh well. So as we're... Oh, there we go. Okay, good. So as we're trying to find our way around, you guys have been great about letting me know in the comments what your favorite parts of the remaster are. But keep telling me, because I want to know. I want to hear what you guys have discovered. You've probably, by this point, you've probably been able to play more than I have. I got a lot going on, so I don't get much of a chance to play games for fun. And I did commit to you that I was going to give you my first reactions for all of these Defiance Remastered videos. So I'd really love to know so far what your favorite part of the remaster has been. I'd love to know, you know, how much you've been enjoying it so far. What's your favorite special feature that you found? Your favorite little obscure thing that you've dug into the menus? Yeah, let me know in the comments. I want to hear from everybody. All right, now we can go. This will take us to somewhere. Of course, it would take us to the Light Forge. All right, back to the pillars. Hey, I'm trying to switch my Reaver here. Oh, we're gonna have to get a close-up look at his face next time we do that. It's a lot of money they're hiding under. Alright, Tiny, you are really starting to frustrate me here. Alright, let's get a good look at Tiny, because we haven't really gotten a good chance to do that yet. They've given him a lot of detail. They lost her tattoo, though. Interesting. Wonder what the thinking was there. Caught a Molotov in midair. Oh, pff. I was trying to eat here, dude. Just bully the crap out of him. There we go.
Once again, I beheld the Pillars of Nosgoth, crumbling in decay now, following the corruption of the Circle. Here I would find Ariel, the specter of the murdered Balance Guardian, and the last pure, undefiled member of the Guardian Circle. Bound here upon her death, she was doomed to haunt these pillars until her successor fulfilled his terrible duty, and balance was restored.
What manner of creature approaches?
I know you well, Ariel, though you do not yet know me.
I have no time for riddles, strange one.
All you have is time. I have come to seek your guidance.
I counsel only one man, and you are not he. But you will know him soon. The contagion of your kind.
Look at all
is
that
coming to
detail.
an end.
My kind? What exactly do you think I am?
Your name shall remain unspoken, as decreed by our ancestors. You serve the one who so brutally took my life and set this tragedy in motion. But even now, hope is at work. Balance will be restored, and your kind will be expelled forever.
You have pinned your hopes on Kain. He will disappoint you.
What can you know of Kain?
More than you could ever fathom.
He will do what he must when the time comes.
By choosing his own death. A sacrifice for the world. You don't know Kain very well.
I know what he is called to do. My faith sustains me.
Is it faith or fear? You know that if Kain refuses the sacrifice, you will never leave here. And you begin to suspect.
I will not hear your poison, fiend.
Grant me the answers I require, and I will leave you to your pathetic delusions.
Ask then.
I seek the vampire Vorador.
To kill him, perhaps, or to join him in death. But for Kain, he is the last of his kind. Mobius's mob has done its work.
My reasons are my own.
His refuge lies in the heart of the Black Forest. And may you molder there together until the end comes.
All right. A few things here. Of course, Ariel is played by Anna Gunn of Breaking Bad fame. But I mean, she did Legacy of Kain long before Breaking Bad, which is super, Anna's amazing. We love Anna. Super awesome. Yeah, she looks amazing here. The new model for Ariel, I actually like quite a bit better than the original. It's getting closer to the Ariel we see in Soul Reaver 1 and 2 Remastered. And I still think it would be a cool thing for them to patch either the Defiance appearances into Soul Reaver 1, 2 Remastered, or to, maybe select a few appearances in, for other characters too. Anyway, it's just, slight differences. It's really quite an improvement. She looks great. She looks way better than she did in the original Defiance. I never really liked the way she looked back then. Anyway, super awesome. And let's move on. So this is definitely an aesthetic difference from the original. So from the original here, we have kind of this cooler, more overcast tone, where here we kind of have this sunsetty, warmer feel. So I think they both work. But I'm interested to kind of know, a little bit more of the design reasoning here, but behind this. So anyway, very cool.
I know you're there.
Yes, you're all very clever. Didn't know you were there at all. Hey, let's see if I can get him to bait him into hitting each other. I love the ability to toggle back and forth. I've kind of been restraining it just because I want to try to keep, the new visuals here as much as I can. But the thing is, if I don't restrain myself, we'll be doing it like this often. Yeah, I could totally see myself playing through the whole game with this skin. Through the whole series with this skin, actually. I could totally buy this as Kain and Raziel. It's not, but I could accept it if it were. Yeah, fully powered up Fire Reaver. Y'all know how I feel about that. Nice.
You don't belong in this world, vampire.
All right, Kester. Oh, interesting. It's weird to think of Raziel having a jaw. TK Rune. Another tome. Excellent. It's a trap. The fact that enemies have friendly fire really does make me very happy in Defiance. There we go. How many people can this tent fit? Seriously, it's like a clown car. Is there anybody else? Anybody at all?
This seemed to be attuned to the elemental principle of air.
It's almost like we've had that before. Bronze disc. The seemingly inert disc of dark tarnished bronze is marked lightly with scrolling of vampiric runes. Might it be a strange form of key for the ancient gates west of the Pillars? Let's find out. Oh, you know what we really have not done in these playthroughs is we really haven't explored the Spectral Realm a lot. So let's do that. Oh, and then let's fight some Archons. Pal? There we go. Ah, there's a Hilden soul that we didn't eat. And pillars look as they look. Oh, I wonder if Ariel's still around. Of course she's not. She very much doesn't want to talk to us right now because of who she thinks we are. And that's another thing we really haven't talked about much is the unspoken, as decreed by our ancestors, is what she said. The unspoken, of course, refers to the vampire's Hilden adversaries. I'm having a hard time pretending like I don't know what's going to happen in the story later. But after the binding, the vampires, of course, would refer to their enemies as, unspoken, try to depersonize them. Can't really say dehumanize, but to teach their descendants to fear them, to never give them a foothold into the world. Well, we saw how that worked. Anyway, let's move on. And we can unlock that, and we'll do that later. But let's fight these dudes first. Ooh, yeah, here's the crabby dudes. Boy, quit it. Oh, check them out. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, now they might be scarier than the lobsters in the Elden Ring. No, sorry. Lobsters in Elden Ring, take it. These guys can't one-shot you off a horse from like half a mile away. Or binacord, I guess, as my wife likes to say. That guy seemed awfully passive. Garden variety Sluagh. Pal? Where are they coming from? Okay, they're just... Is there anybody else? Yes, there is. Okay, well... Okay, so there is something up there that we can get to. I wonder, so this pillar... Yeah, that's a spectral pillar. Well, let's go find a body, open the gate, and come back. Do. And I want our Fire Reaver. No, seriously? Okay, well, fine.
I know you're there.
Yes, 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 you're all very clever.
Destroy it.
Oh, somebody's getting possessed. There we go. Now we can fight in peace. Waiting patiently. Oh, good. The vampire hunters realize there's something wrong with their buddy. And they were trying to take care of that too. Is that encouraging? I don't know. Nice. It's BJ Ward really going for it with her death screams there. Always amazing. There we go. Oh. I love how his scream was echoing seconds after he was actually down on the ground. Yeah, now this must be horrifying to witness. Yeah, I really do not blame this reaction from you guys right now. There we go. There's where we need to go. But first, let's fight our old buddy here. He'll be disappointed if we don't. He's been waiting for at least 10 minutes. Anything down here that we can get? Can we swim? No. Okay. Nothing down there. Oh. Geometry sticky there. There. Fight some cannon fodder. Okay, so we've got to see if we can do this in the first go this time. So the idea here is, of course, we want to plug up the air holes. And, oh. So much for the first go. Nope, okay. Sometimes I'm smarter than this. There we go, okay. Now we can move this over. Oh, sweet! I can't wait for the description on this one. Howling Heartstone. Perforated with many tiny holes, the corrugated surface of this strange clay vessel faintly resembles that of a 3-section heart. As the passing breeze flows about the heart, it emits a faint musical howl filled with cascading disharmony. Love it.
I was transported to yet another ancient vampire chamber, this one apparently aligned with the elemental power of air.
We'll get there eventually. See?
These murals had suffered some damage. Once again, I recognized the vampire's hero. But this scene revealed something new. For here they had also depicted his destined adversary, now partially obscured, who seemed to bear a flaming sword.
And of course, we're going to learn lots more about that later. L'Oreal. Okay. Pathetic creature? I'm not the one possessing... Oh, never mind. See you in the spectral realm. More vines. Okay. So we've got a few things that we're going to look at. Obviously, there's an air vent. We have another Guardian tomb here, so got another fight coming up. Well, no time like the present. Or in the Spectral Realm, just no time.
In winning all, we lost all. In winning what we thought mattered, we lost what truly mattered. But for you, there is a chance.
What chance is that?
The bliss of death. I offer it.
But I do not accept.
Another Guardian. Let's take a look. Man. I really love how distinctive they've made them. Oh man, look at that. Yeah, all of them look so good now. That is so cool. So which guardian is this? This is the Guardian of the Mind. So Nupraptor's predecessor. Oh, I am stuck. Okay. Oh, crap. There's two of them. Or at least so they want me to think. I really have to say, little touches like the UI, little touches like, and I'm stuck again. Little touches like the UI, and you know, putting this symbol up on the life bar that really make this feel so much more polished. I mean, just look at that. So nice. Okay, let's try not to get hit by the AoE there if I can. Oh, hear the little breaking sound effect? That's new, I think. Oh, see how it kind of has little bulbs on the end, like Kain's life bar? That's so cool. Alright, we are not allowed to go straight to the next fight. We've got to go fight some Sluagh and eat. Alright, we're all full up. Alright, now we can go to the other tomb. But first, let's see what else we can find. There's a tome over here. Nope, that is a health upgrade. Excellent. Almost seems like a waste of a corpse to just go to grab that one thing, but a health upgrade's a health upgrade. I mean, and a tome. Nice. Oh, right.
Never.
Okay, so I have got to say that the Vampire Guardian bosses, man, look at just the work that's gone into them. This is amazing. This is so freaking cool. All right, let's fight now. There we go. Didn't die this time. I mean, die is a very relative term when we're talking about Raziel, right? Let's go air out our Reaver. Oh man, look at this mess of souls here. It's all these Hilden I set on fire. Yum. See, and this Raziel actually has a belly for them to get into. Let's do it.
As the Reaver absorbed the souls of the Mind and Dimension Guardians, it was imbued with the elemental power of air with which their principles were aligned.
Fantastic. Okay. Now we can activate updrafts, which are going to help us get around quite a bit in certain circumstances. Need fire for this one. Oh. Just trying really hard to save myself a frame switch there. Just play matchy-matchy. And light. All right. Okay. In these forges here, it is this ability, this foresight ability, super handy if you don't know exactly where you're going, which is very easy to get lost in these forges. So another just really thoughtful feature. All right, let's get out of here, shall we? Yes, I see you. Oh, you can see the Vampire Citadel often. Oh, you could before. That's pretty cool. Man. Yeah, you couldn't use the camera here before. Yeah, see? Very cool. It's neat. Okay. I love that the humans can't swim. All right, let's move on. There we go.
Thrashing. Don't belong in this world, vampire.
Longer than you can possibly imagine. All right. Managed to get all of them with that one, so let's switch. Nice. Huge knockback. Love it. Ooh, nice. And we've got our airborne heavy attack, Imperial Rending. While fighting in midair, I am able to slam the Reaver into my opponent, causing them to hit the ground below and then bounce back within my reach. There we go. Back to the clown car tent. I love that. When you can chain them both together like that, that's so much fun. Oh, Capoeira guy. He's back. Smack. New save. There we go.
With the Reaver endowed with the elemental power of air, the way to Vorador's refuge lay open at last. If the old vampire still lived, he alone could tell me how to escape the terrible destiny charted for me when the Reaver was forged.
All right, on to Vorador's.
Vorador's refuge was hidden deep within the Black Forest. I hope to find him before Mobius's cutthroats did.
Atonement and... Oh, I love that we got the human Kain skin that I had loaded up. Awesome. Okay, another long one. So spent a lot of time at the Pillars. But yeah, that was fantastic. It's really, really interesting that they chose to go in a more warm and warm kind of sunsetty direction rather than the moody overcast that we had before. Maybe that's a question that I'll ask someone sometime. Let's look at the Lost Level. The early Underworld. This alternative take on the Underworld area precedes the overarching redesign, which also overhauled the Seraphan stronghold. Initially, Raziel's story began in the stronghold like Kain's, and the Underworld was first conceived as a shorter climax to the beginning of his story, as opposed to its own full-fledged game region and tutorial. Falling from the pool room of the stronghold into the shadowy cavern, oh, that would have been cool, Raziel would interact with the wrathful Elder God before fleeing through a tunnel formed by the intertwined mass of its writhing limbs. This long passage facilitated his journey to the cemetery, similar to his progression in the finished game. Sharing some commonalities with the final version of the Underworld, such as the central platform, the Underworld here nevertheless adheres to a much darker vision than its counterpart, more explicitly emphasizing the Lovecraftian, cosmic horror stylings of the Elder God and his domain. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. Oh. Yeah, that's awesome. This is way cool. No way. This is really cool. I guess we can't go on, though. Dang it. Oh, well. I think that is something that I had kind of been hoping to see at the end of Soul Reaver 2. When the very first time I played Defiance, I was kind of hoping that it was going to be like an immediate, what happens immediately after. And it sounds like that's the direction that they were going with this. I mean, of course, I love where they ended up. But man, this is so cool. But that's part of the nature of the Elder God that I've always been fascinated with. I loved reading Lovecraft when I was younger, all problems with Lovecraft aside. And that was one of the things that really got me into the Legacy of Kain series, especially Soul Reaver. All right, I hope I'm not missing anything here. Nope. So that's the tunnel. Can we go anywhere over here? Not really. about over here? No. Still very, very, very cool. Oh, and if you stop for a second and see him sway and move, isn't that cool? Super awesome. Hey, all right, I just put the controller down. That's it, Raziel. Chill. Anyway, yeah, another great time with Defiance Remastered. We're gonna keep playing. I imagine they're gonna keep patching, but somehow this already great remaster just keeps getting better and better. So next time we'll go see what Kain found. We know what it is, but we're gonna pretend like we don't. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see and you want to see more, do the things.